Today we will be reading our last and final chapter of Judy, Moody, and Stink in the Mad, 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 Mad Treasure Hunt. So chapter 9 is titled Going for the Gold. And we left off on chapter 8 where they figured out that the island was shaped like a claw, a crab's claw, and they were going to try to figure out the last clue. Dad turned onto Silver Lake Drive, and they followed it all around the harbor. "Take us out as far as you can go, Dad," said Stink. "Yeah, to the tip of the crab's claw," said Judy. "We could park at the visitor center," Mom suggested. They got out of the car and looked around. "I see a bunch of kids with maps," Mom said. "They seem to be crossing the boardwalk over to the museum. But the tip of the island is really the old Coast Guard station. It's the one with the bell out front down by the water." "Bell," said Judy and Stink at the same time. "A bell rings," said Stink, "but doesn't have fingers." "What do you call that thingy that hangs inside a bell?" "A clapper," said Mom. "A tongue, said Dad. "Sound without ears," said Stink. "Voice without tongue," said Judy. "I bet that bell doesn't ring." "'Cause there's pirate booty in there." Stink stopped in his tracks. "I think I just saw a tall boy and smart girl go into the museum. What if there's another bell in there, the right one?" But Judy had already taken off. "Wait for me!" cried Stink. They stopped in front of a large brass bell, like the Liberty Bell, but without the crack. Stink pushed it. "It doesn't ring." "But look inside, Judy squealed. Stink stuck his head up inside the bell. "See anything?" "Dark," said Stink. "Flashlight." Judy dug into Stink's backpack and pulled out the flashlight. She stuck her head inside the bell and shone the flashlight all around. Suddenly the beam of light hit something shiny, a shimmer, a sparkle. Silver! A shiny silver coin was duct taped to the inside of the bell. "Eureka!" said Judy. "Mom, Dad," yelled Stink, "we struck gold." "Well, really we struck silver," said Judy, "but that means we win, win, win." Judy and Stink screamed and hugged each other. People nearby steered. Squirrels skittered and seagulls took flight. Judy and Stink jumped up around and shouted until they were all out of breath and clasped in a fit of giggles. Stink got the hiccups because he laughed so hard. "I feel like I won the Olympics," said Stink. "Hick. The Hiccup Olympics," said Judy. A guy from the Coast Guard station came up and shook hands with them. "Base to Scurvy Sam," he said into the walkie-talkie. "Come in, Scurvy Sam, we have a couple of winners." Mom and Dad caught up and peered at the silver coin. "I can't believe we beat Tall Boy and Smart Girl," said Stink. "Just in time, too." "I like how you kids stuck it out and didn't give up," said Dad. "See what could happen when you two work together," said Mom. "Two brains are better than one," said Judy. "Especially when it's Scurvy Stink and Mad Molly O'Maggot brains," Stink said, tapping his head. Scurvy Stink and Mad Molly reported to pirate headquarters just before 12 noon. A small crowd of people had gathered waiting. Stink and Judy ran up to the Scurvy Sam. Stink opened his pouch and counted out all 16 pieces of 8. Scurvy Sam's eyes lit up brighter than the firecrackers that Blackbeard was famous for having in his beard. "Well, blow me down. If it ain't Mad Molly and Scurvy Stink, ain't you two of the smartest urchins on the Outer Banks?" Scurvy Sam climbed aboard his ship and clanged the bell 12 times. "Avast, me hearties, we have us 2 winners." After a big speech, Scurvy Sam climbed down and went up to Judy and Stink. He raised their hands in the air, then danced a funny hornpipe. The crowd clapped and hooted. "Now tell us, fear all to hear," he said. "How'd you do it, me mateys? What's your secret?" "Just super-duper brain power," said Stink, tapping his head, "and a trusty, dusty survival kit." "And a little luck," Judy said, "even though Stink almost got us in jail." The crowd broke into laughter. Scurvy Sam presented Judy and Stink each with a shiny gold doubloon. Stink had a skull and crossbones and said 1587 on the back. Rare, said Judy. Mine has pictures of Blackbird and Anne Bonny. Whoa, it's like a gold silver dollar, said Stink. Is it real? It'll break your teeth if you bite it. It's not cursed, is it? Stink asked. Scurvy Sam winked. Would an old sea dog like me curse a fellow pirate? He turned back to the crowd. That be it, mateys. Thanks be to ye one and all for making the 3rd annual pirate treasure hunt such a dandy hoot and a holler. Now mind ye, don't be leaving without your pirate booty, treasure for all. The assistant pirates passed out goodie bags, while Scurvy Sam shook hands and waved goodbye to all the treasure hunters. I told you it was the bell, said a girl voice. I know you did, but you never said which bell, and there was one inside the museum, said a boy voice. Judy's eyes grew wide. Stink hiccuped. Tall boy and smart girl. You're so lucky, smart girl said to Judy and Stink. We came all the way from Maine, and we really wanted to win. We tried way hard. We were sure we had it, said Tall boy. Wow, said smart girl, eyeing Stink's doubloon. Sure is shiny. Yeah, said Stink. There's only one thing better than gold. What could be better than gold? Judy asked. A ride on a for-real pirate ship, said Stink. I'd give anything to ride on a pirate ship, said Tall boy. Judy looked at Stink. Stink looked at Judy. She couldn't help feeling funny about beating them. She could tell Stink felt bad, too. Actually, we can't go for a ride on the pirate ship after all, Judy said. What? Said smart girl and Tall boy at the same time. Have ye lost your senses? Said Scurvy Sam, overhearing them. Not alone, anyway. We'd be breaking pirate rule number 2, said Judy. That's right, Stink piped in. Pirate rule number 2 says that if you find treasure, you have to share it. Even Steven. By jiggers, they be right, said Scurvy Sam. And the punishment for breaking pirate rule number 2 be marooning ye on a desert island with nothing but bugs for grub. You gotta come with us, Stink told Tall Boy and Smart Girl. Save us from eating bugs, said Judy. Besides, said Stink, you guys kind of helped us win. We did, asked Smart Girl, crinkling her nose. We saw you guys looking through your binoculars, so we looked too. That's how we found the sign of the pirate. But we found it because of you, said Tall Boy. We saw you pointing up at the sign in front of the art shop, and that made us look. But Stink heard you saying X marks the spot at the graveyard, so he followed you, Judy said. That's how we found the hourglass. Smart Girl looked at Scurvy Sam. Can we? I'd be mighty honored to have 2 more pirates aboard, me beauty. You mean it? Asked Smart Girl. I swear it in the name of Davy Jones. Okay, you could come, said Stink, but only on one condition. What's that? Asked Tall Boy. You have to clean the poop deck, said Stink. Arg, moaned Tall Boy and Smart Girl. Kidding, Stink said, and everybody cracked up. Stink laughed the loudest, a laugh that could be heard on the wind across the 7 seas and back again, a laugh that was sure to haunt Pirate Island for years to come. Pirate rules. 1. Every crew member must have an equal vote and an equal share of food and drink on ship. 2. All crew members have an equal share in treasure. 3. There is to be no playing cards or dice for money. 4. Lights and candles shall be out by 8 o'clock each night or else. 5. Every crew member must have a pistol and a cutlass ready for us at all times. 6. No girl or woman shall be allowed on board ship. Break this rule and die. 7. Deserting ship in battle shall result in death or marooning. 8. There is no fighting allowed on board ship. All quarrels must be settled on shore. 9. There is to be no talk of jumping ship until everyone has shared at least 1,000 pounds. 10. The ship's musicians shall rest on Sundays. And that is the end of our story. So here are some characters that were in the story. We had Judy, of course, Stink, Mom, Dad, Scurvy Sam, Tall Boy, Smart girl. Now, there was quite a bit of other people, like the assistant pirates, some people in town. We'll just put townspeople. When it's a whole group that don't have major parts, you could just generalize it to one group. For our setting, we had the ferry, the hotel, and around town. They were all over the town. It's hard to name just one place. So again, we could just make a generalization and say around town. Okay, so the problem was Judy and Stink wanted to win the treasure hunt. And the solution they found all the clues in one. And they worked together doing this. So I'm just going to put in one together. So Judy and Stink wanted to win the treasure hunt, and the solution was they found all the clues and won together. You will use this to answer your questions. Tomorrow you will take a quiz, and then we'll just be doing some short stories until break is over. Good luck.